All right, so launching a new business.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
Absolutely.
But then it's like, oh, how do we actually get people to know about this thing?
Right. How do you get the word out?
Exactly. That's why today we are diving into this source
Yeah.
called Most Influential Marketing Tactics for Launching a New Business.
Great source. And, it feels like there's a million different ways you could market a new business.
Oh, yeah, a million paths you could go down.
But this source is really all about, building that strong brand awareness.
Yeah, not just awareness, but the right kind of awareness where you're really making an impact.
So where do we even begin with all of this?
The source starts off strong with the power of storytelling.
Okay, so, I hear storytelling a lot.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
Why does it work so well?
Especially for a brand new business.
Yeah.
Well, I think it comes down to psychology stories. They tap into our emotions.
And that makes information not just memorable,
but
relatable too.
I see.
So there's actually research showing that stories can actually influence consumer behavior.
Yeah.
Making people more likely to actually trust and engage with a brand.
So it's not just like listing off features or benefits.
It's not a list of facts.
It's about creating this whole narrative.
Exactly.
This narrative that people can connect with.
That people can get on board with.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
So the source gives a great example of Jenna and her eco-friendly skincare line.
Okay.
Now, instead of just talking about, the ingredients and all the things that are in her product.
Which is what I would probably do.
Yeah, well, she took a different approach.
Okay.
She actually shared her own struggles with sensitive skin.
Oh, wow. So she made it personal.
She made it personal. She shared her journey.
Okay.
And people could relate to that.
Totally.
They could see her brand then as a solution, not just another product on the shelf.
Like, I've been there. I've had that problem too.
Exactly.
And this thing worked for her, so maybe it'll work for me.
That's the thinking.
Okay. So I love that example.
Yeah.
But how do we think about this with our own businesses?
Right.
Like, how do we find our story?
Well, you have to ask yourself.
Yeah.
What makes your business unique? What problem are you solving for your customer? And most importantly, what's the passion?
Okay.
The driving force behind all of this. When you can weave those elements together, you have a story.
That's awesome.
That will truly resonate.
All right, so we can't talk about launching a business without talking about social media.
Oh, of course not. It's everywhere.
Right. But it's unavoidable.
I find it really overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
All the different platforms.
It's a lot.
Where do we even start?
That's why this source
Yeah.
cautions against just blasting your message everywhere.
Okay.
It's not about being the loudest.
Or being on every single platform.
Got it.
It's about being strategic.
Okay.
And choosing the right platforms for your audience.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Like, think about it. You wouldn't use the same language at a board meeting as you would at a party with your friends.
Totally different vibes.
Exactly. Each platform has its own language, its own culture. You need to adapt
I like that.
your content to resonate with those people.
Okay, so the source calls out Instagram,
Yes.
TikTok, and LinkedIn as examples.
Prime examples, yeah.
Can we break that down a little bit?
Sure.
Because I get Instagram is visual.
Yeah. Visual, very much image focused.
But what about TikTok and LinkedIn?
So TikTok is all about creativity.
Okay.
Short form video. It's where you can show off your personality.
Oh, fun.
Have fun with it behind the snes.
Okay.
Quick tutorials.
Yeah.
Maybe even a catchy dance challenge if you're brave enough.
I don't know if I'm brave enough for that.
But it's whatever.
Yeah.
Captures attention and sparks conversation.
Okay, and so LinkedIn is more...
LinkedIn is much more...
buttoned up.
Yes, professional.
Yeah.
It's where you showcase expertise.
Okay.
Share industry insights, connect with potential partners, or even investors.
Yeah.
So think thought leadership articles,
Got it.
webinars, things like that.
Okay, so it's all about, like you said, being strategic.
Yes.
Knowing your audience, knowing the platform.
Exactly.
And creating content that fits.
That fits that mold.
Yes.
Okay.
But creating content is a lot of work.
Is.
For multiple platforms.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Are there any shortcuts?
Well, there are.
Okay.
And this is where user-generated content comes in.
User-generated content?
That's basically free advertising.
Okay, I like free.
That's incredibly effective.
Okay.
Think about it. When someone sees a real person raving about your product, that carries way more weight than any polished marketing campaign could ever hope for.
Because it's like coming from a real person.
A real person who's had a good experience.
So how do we actually get people to do that?
To create content.
To create content about our brands.
Well, you want to encourage your customers to share their experiences, run contests, offer incentives, maybe make it really easy for them to tag you in your posts.
Okay.
And, even reposting customable content shows appreciation.
It's like you see them, you hear them.
Exactly. And it amplifies your reach.
That's a win-win.
It is a win-win.
Speaking of amplifying reach.
Yeah.
The source also talks about influencer collaborations.
Yeah.
But with a little bit of caution.
With a big asterisk.
Yeah. What's the key to doing this right?
Well, it's all about finding the right partners.
Okay.
And when I say right, I mean influencers whose values and audience align with your brand's message.
Okay, so not just the biggest name out there.
No.
It's about...
It's got to be a good fit.
Yeah, like finding someone who's a good fit.
It's like matchmaking.
Okay.
You want to find that perfect match.
I like that.
So their content feels natural and integrated with your brand.
So it doesn't feel like a blatant ad.
Exactly.
Okay, do you have an example of what that would look like?
Sure. The source mentions a fitness brand that partnered with an influencer who regularly made workout videos.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they created a series of videos together showcasing the brand's gear, but it was done in a way that felt organic to her style.
Cool.
So it didn't feel forced or out of place.
Yeah.
And her audience responded well because they trust her.
Right. They trust her recommendation.
They trust her opinion.
Yeah. So it's about reaching those right people.
Yes.
With a message that feels authentic.
Authentic and genuine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
It's all coming together.
But what about my online home base?
Ah, your website.
Yeah. I know I need a website.
Of course.
But honestly, I don't even know where to begin.
Well, this is where SEO comes in.
SEO.
Search engine optimization.
Okay.
Which is all about making your website easily discoverable by people who are searching for what you offer.
So SEO helps people find me.
It's like a digital signpost.
Okay, so SEO helps people find my website.
Yeah.
When they're searching online.
When they're searching online.
But how do I actually do SEO?
Well, the source suggests starting with keyword research.
Keyword research.
Which basically means think about the words and phrases that people might actually use to search for products or services.
Like if I'm selling handmade jewelry, I might use keywords like handmade earrings or statement necklaces.
Exactly.
Or unique gifts.
Perfect.
Right.
And once you have a list of these words, you can incorporate them into your website.
Gotcha.
So search engines can understand what your website's about.
Okay, but wait, there's more to a website than just keywords.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just a list of words.
No, it's not just a jumble.
Okay.
The source really emphasizes creating valuable content.
Okay.
That goes beyond just selling.
Okay.
So think blog posts, guides, videos, anything.
So give people a reason to come to my site.
Yes, give them a reason to stay.
And maybe even learn something.
And learn something even if they're not ready to buy yet.
Okay.
So the source actually tells a story about stumbling upon a blog about organic gardening.
Okay, I like that.
And they were so impressed by the content that they ended up buying products from that company.
Wow, so it really does pay off.
It does. It builds that trust in that relationship.
Okay, and speaking of building trust, let's talk about email marketing.
Another oldie but goodie.
Yeah, I'll admit.
Yeah.
I've been a little skeptical about email marketing.
I get it.
Because isn't everybody's inbox already overflowing?
They are.
With emails?
Absolutely. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Email marketing lets you build direct, personalized relationships.
Okay.
It's like having a one-on-one conversation.
Okay.
Delivering valuable information straight to their inbox.
So it's not just like blasting out a generic message to everybody?
No, it's much more tailored.
Okay. But how do you even get people to sign up?
To sign up.
For an email list these days?
Well, the source suggests offering something of value.
Okay.
In exchange for that email address.
Like what?
Like a free ebook, exclusive discounts, early access to new products.
Okay, so it's like a give and take.
Exactly. Give them an incentive that makes them feel like
I like it.
They're getting something.
Okay, and then how do we keep them engaged?
Once you have them on your list, nurture those relationships.
Okay.
Engaging content, personalized messages, targeted offers, and don't be afraid to get personal.
Oh, okay.
The source gives an example of a startup founder who sent out a really heartfelt email detailing their journey, and it resonated with their customers.
It's that human touch again.
The human touch.
People want to connect with the person behind the brand.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm convinced I'm on board with email marketing.
I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, so we've covered storytelling, we've covered social media,
a lot,
influencer collaborations, websites, email marketing.
It's a lot to take in.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
I'm sensing there's more to come.
There's more to come.
But we're going to take a little break.
A little break.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so we've been exploring all these digital ways to get the word out about a new business.
Right, all these online strategies.
But now I want to step away from the screens.
Yeah, step into the real world.
Exactly, because the source talks about something called networking and community engagement.
Yeah, it's all about those real-world connections.
I like that because, you know, in a world that's like increasingly digital.
Right, everything's online these days.
It feels like those face-to-face interactions can make a big difference.
They really can.
It feels more real.
Yeah.
I'll admit, though.
What's that?
Networking makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, I get that.
Like the thought of going up to people, I don't know.
It can be intimidating?
Yeah.
Any advice?
Well, the source actually has some great suggestions.
Okay.
They recommend starting with local events.
Okay.
Trade shows, industry conferences.
So find those events where my people are.
Exactly where your target audience is.
Okay.
It's a chance to meet potential customers.
Okay.
Partners build relationships.
Okay, so I show up to this event.
Yeah.
Then what?
Well, don't worry. It doesn't have to be awkward.
Okay, because I'm picturing myself in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, awkwardly holding a glass of water.
No, just remember.
Okay.
Be yourself. Be genuinely interested.
Okay.
In the people you meet.
Okay.
Focus on building those connections. So it's not about like forcing a sales pitch.
No sales pitches.
Or collecting 1 million business cards.
No, be genuine.
Have conversation.
Have real conversation.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Yeah, the source even tells a story about attending a small business fair.
Oh, fun.
And, you know, connecting with fellow entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Those conversations actually led to future collaborations.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just about in-person, though?
No.
Right, because the source talks about building online communities as well.
Right, online communities.
So wait, online communities are part of real-world connections?
I mean, they can be.
Okay.
Think of them as an extension of those in-person interactions.
Okay.
They give people a platform to connect, to share their experiences, and engage with your brand on a deeper level.
So it's not just me talking at them.
No.
It's them talking to each other and to me.
Right. It fosters a sense of belonging.
Okay.
And shared passion, which can be really powerful for a brand.
Yeah, so it all ties back to building brand awareness.
It does.
It's not just about getting your name out there. It's about creating a community.
Creating a community.
Around your brand.
Around what you do.
Yeah, I like that.
Think about the brands you really love.
Yeah.
The ones you feel connected to.
Yeah.
Chances are they've done a great job
Yeah.
at fostering a sense of community.
It's like they're not just selling a product. They're creating like an experience.
An experience, a feeling.
Yeah.
And speaking of creating an experience, let's move on to another key element that the source talks about: consistency.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
Oh, yeah.
Because we talked about being consistent across social media. But now...
This is about overall brand consistency.
Got it.
So your brand's voice message, visuals, all of it needs to be cohesive.
So whether someone sees my brand online or in person...
Exactly.
It should feel like the same brand.
The same brand. The same message.
Okay, but that feels like a lot to manage.
I know it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But the source recommends starting with brand guidelines.
Okay, brand guidelines.
Think of it like a blueprint that outlines everything.
Yeah.
Your brand's core values, mission statement, even visual elements like your color palette, typography, logo usage.
So it's like a style guide for my brand.
Exactly.
To make sure everything looks and feels the same.
Keeps everything consistent.
Yeah, because if it's all over the place, people aren't going to get it.
It's confusing for people.
Right.
They won't know what you're about.
Yeah. Okay, so consistency builds trust.
It builds trust, familiarity.
Okay.
Makes people more likely to engage with you.
Yeah.
And ultimately become loyal customers.
It's like when you walk into your favorite coffee shop.
Oh, yeah.
Everything feels familiar.
Yeah.
It feels like home.
You know what to expect.
Okay, so how do I define my brand's personality?
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah.
If your brand were a person,
Okay.
what would their personality be like?
Okay.
Would they be playful, humorous,
Okay.
serious, informative?
All right.
What kind of clothes would they wear?
I like this.
What music would they listen to?
So bring it to life.
Bring your brand to life.
Yeah.
Make it a person.
Okay. And it's not just about looks, right?
No.
It's also about the message.
Absolutely.
What's the core message?
What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
What problems are you solving?
Okay. So I need to think about the look and feel.
Yes.
But also the message.
Message is key.
Yeah.
Make sure it's woven into everything you do.
It's like a thread that runs through everything.
A common thread.
Okay. This is starting to feel less overwhelming.
Good.
And more like a fun challenge.
That's the spirit.
All right. So we've covered a lot today.
We have.
From storytelling and social media to networking, community building,
right,
branding consistency.
It's a lot.
It feels like we need a whole other deep dive to unpack all this.
I don't know.
But I'm sensing there's still more to come.
There's a little bit more.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back for the final part of our deep dive into most influential marketing tactics for launching a new business.
Okay, so we've explored a ton of different ways to build that brand awareness.
Right. We've covered a lot of ground.
I feel like we've talked about everything from crafting a compelling brand story to creating a consistent experience.
Yeah. Making sure it all looks and feels the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, I think it's important to take a step back.
Okay. Yeah.
And really distill the key takeaways.
Okay.
So for you, what stands out?
Ooh, that's a good question.
As the most important thing to remember from all of this?
I would say it all comes back to authenticity.
Okay, authenticity.
Yeah. Remember Jenna?
Yeah, with the skincare.
With the skincare line.
Yeah.
Her story resonated because it was real, relatable, heartfelt. It wasn't just about selling a product.
Right.
It was about connecting with people.
I get you.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Okay, so how can someone listening to this find their story?
Well,
The thing that's going to make them stand out.
It goes back to those questions.
Okay.
What makes you unique?
Yeah.
What problem are you solving? And what are you passionate about?
Okay, so it's about finding that sweet spot where my passion meets my customers' needs.
Where they intersect.
Yeah, and like you said, it's about being genuine.
Right.
People can spot a fake a mile away.
Oh, for sure.
Right, okay. And I think another important thing to remember is that building a brand isn't a one-time thing.
It's not a one and done.
It's an ongoing process.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh, like that.
It's about constantly, nurturing those relationships, staying top of mind, consistently delivering value.
Okay, so how do we keep that momentum going?
Embrace the journey.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to experiment with different tactics. Track your results, adapt as you go.
And I think that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Because what works for one business might not work for another.
Exactly.
So it's about finding that right mix.
The right recipe.
Of strategies that really align with your brand and your audience.
Find those perfect ingredients.
Okay, so don't be afraid to get creative.
Right.
Try new things.
Yeah.
Most importantly, have fun along the way.
Have fun.
Because this is a journey of discovery.
Absolutely.
Both for you and your audience.
Learn as you go.
Yeah. All right, so we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have. It's been a whirlwind.
From storytelling, social media,
networking, community building,
branding consistency. It's clear that building brand awareness is multifaceted.
It's not a simple thing.
No.
Yeah.
But hopefully now you feel equipped.
Yeah.
To start crafting your own brand story.
And get out there.
And connect with your audience.
Yes.
So as you embark on this journey, remember, stay authentic, embrace the journey, and cultivate those meaningful connections along the way.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you later.